We are starting our meeting a little bit early today, and we're running late, actually, as we celebrate people and the many wonderful, good and wonderful things they have done for individuals and for this community. And we will start today. We'll call on Commissioner Harry Brock, and he will give us an invocation, and then we will do a pledge to the flag. If you'll please stand.
And I'm going to bring Reverend Alston, if you could come forward, and he's going to give our prayer tonight.
Yes. Let us bow our heads in prayer. Heavenly Father, as we come today in this sacred meeting, this sacred space, we want to thank you for blessing us to be here, to gather as a people to honor you and to praise your name and to thank you for all the many wonderful gifts that you've given us and the many wonderful things and blessings you've given us. Father, as we gather here today to honor Black history, we thank you that, Lord, our history is really your history. It's a historical account of how you kept us as a people. You watched over us, you led us, you guided us. And Lord, even though we've had challenges and struggles, you've always shown yourself faithful. We pray today as we gather in this meeting space that we understand that we all are made in the imago Dei, in the image of God. That, Lord, we are your people. And so Lord, we must remember that we are called to treat each other with dignity and respect, to honor that who we are is a reflection of who you are. So, Father, we just pray that you would just bless this time spent, and we pray that any decisions need to be made, anything that need to be carried out, it will be done for your glory and for your honor. It's in Jesus' name we pray. Let every heart say amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, let me welcome you to this meeting as we celebrate Black History Month. And there's a lot of history that I'm learning every day. And I want to go on record just to say that it's very interesting. And we're going to move along because so many people have done so much. I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Elaine Lehman, and she will oversee the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And I want to say thank you to Pastor Alston. Thank you so much from coming from a historical church and the new kid on the block. We welcome you. We thank you for all the prayers and the covering that you have over this community. Rome is your home, and this is your community, and we thank you. So now we will start off for the occasion, and the occasion is unifying diversity, often expressed as unity in diversity, is the concept of achieving harmony, cooperation, and a shared purpose among individuals or groups with distinct differences, which means we don't have to be alike to unify. So all roads lead to Rome, and we have so much rich history because Black history is history. It's our history. So today, our commissioners join together in acknowledging the past, the present, and those who've gone above and beyond to bring unity in diversity. The first organization, which is an industry, we have 3 industries that we want to actually talk about today. And talking to Commissioner Collins when he was educating me on the history of how so many African Americans had an opportunity to go to work and they didn't have to worry about if their pocketbooks paid the bills, because they were industries who did the right thing and said, you know what, all our dollars are going to make sense. So we're going to start by highlighting, we know it as Floyd Medical Center, but now it's known as Atrium Health Floyd. Mayor Bojo, will you start us off? And there's one ideal person that I want to talk about, and that's Mr. Kurt Stunkel. When you talk about Rome, Atrium Health Floyd, you want to know, how did they enhance our African-American history? Well, they expanded the mobile health clinics to reach remote areas. So you see Atrium Health Floyd all over the place now. They offer free and reduced cost services for low-income families and patients. You can actually go to the doctor and not worry about, are you going to be seen? And then I talked about how Atrium Health implements strategies. They've developed recruitment programs that attract diverse candidates. So it doesn't matter. If you look alike, they're looking to try to bring everybody in that represents everybody. They partner with local organizations and schools to promote health care. There is a clinic in Rome City Schools. Even the parents can go in and get treated. They provide diverse training for managers to reduce the bias selection process. They provide health education programs. They collaborate with community health initiatives. In every MLK, they're right there trying to make sure that it benefits, enhances, and promotes community. So, Mayor Bojo, I bring this to you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Excuse me. Kurt Stunkel couldn't be here tonight. He's, I believe, in a board meeting, and Will Byington is here to accept this proclamation on behalf of Floyd Hospital. Let me read it. I'll give it to you, okay? You can read it. The City of Rome, Georgia's proclamation, whereas Kurt Stunkel, President and CEO of Atrium Health Floyd, has demonstrated steadfast leadership in advancing compassionate, high-quality health care across Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama, fostering a culture where diversity is embraced and unity is strengthened through service. And whereas Atrium Health Floyd actively supports community initiatives, including the Boys and Girls Club of America, collaborates with the MLK Commission of Rome and Floyd County for community events and outreach, partners with local nonprofit organizations to advance education and wellness and encourage employee volunteerism to improve the health and well-being of all citizens. And whereas Atrium Health Floyd is committed to enhancing collaboration with the Rome City School District by providing health education programs for students and staff, offering free health screenings and wellness checks, facilitating access to mental health resources and counseling services, and supporting physical fitness programs and student-centered wellness initiatives. And whereas, for more than 4 decades of dedicated service, Mr. Stunkel's leadership reflects the principles that our strength as a community lies in undefined diversity, bringing together individuals of all backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives to build a healthier, more inclusive future. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, do hereby acknowledge and commend Kurt Stunkel for his enduring commitment to unifying diversity, strengthening community partnerships, and improving the quality of life for all that he has served. Given my hand and seal this 23rd day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026.
Thank you to this commission. Thank you to the commission, and thanks for everybody. Kurt really hated that he couldn't be here because this was such an honor for him, but he does have a board meeting the fourth Monday at 5:30 of every month. So that's something he can't miss. But, you know, with diversity, unity, this just fits everything that Atrium stands for in the mission statement, which is to improve health, elevate hope, and advanced healing for all. So I just think that this really fits in with Atrium. So thank you very much, Commissioner.
Thank you, Will.
Mayor Joe, would you please stay right there just for 1 second? So our young, stay right there for 1 second. So our young people are watching, and they wanted to be able to share some history with you by saying they want to pass the torch to you, so they have something for you. You ready?
Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. I have decided to stick to love. Hate is too great of a burden to bear.
So Commissioner Bojo, they're passing the torch to you and said, keep diversity in this community alive.
Thank you very much.
All right, the next honoree is the Waters family. Will y'all please join us? I want to say something about the Waters family. Again, Commissioner Collins was teaching me about the history of how the Waters family were instrumental in making sure that they employed so many individuals, making sure, again, that the pocketbooks made sense. When you ask about Helen and Tom Waters, along with the integrated products that made significant contributions with the following initiatives. They established mentor programs to empower local youth and promoted education. They provided job training and employment opportunities to enhance workforce skills. They collaborated with local organizations to support minority-owned businesses. They sponsored community events to foster cultural awareness and unity, and they offered scholarships to assist minority students in purchasing higher education. And they also engaged in outreach programs to address health and wellness in the community. When I talk about strengthening diversity, giving people jobs, opportunities, getting excited about where they worked, these gentlemen, and we know them well, the Waters family, we salute you. We thank you for keeping diversity alive in our community. Thank you. And again, we present you with your proclamation.
What an amazing family legacy. It's my honor to read this. Whereas Integrated Products was founded in the mid-1950s by Helen N. Waters and J. Tom Waters, manufacturing yarn for the carpet industry and growing alongside the expanding use of carpet across the nation. And whereas through innovation, operational excellence, and a steadfast commitment to teamwork, Helen N. Waters advanced product innovation and market expansion, while J. Tom Waters strengthened operational efficiency and supply chain management, together fostering a culture of shared vision. And whereas the enduring legacy of Integrated Products is memorialized by the Doughboy statue at Veterans Plaza, erected in 2001, quote, in memory and honor of all employees of Integrated Products Incorporated, end quote. It continues today through the former Plant 11 on Westside Industrial Boulevard, now operating as Integrated Fiber Solutions, sustaining the proud tradition of yarn manufacturing for the carpet industry. And whereas in the spirit of unifying diversity, Integrated Products championed inclusion by implementing targeted recruitment strategies in underserved communities, partnering with local organizations to host job fairs and mentorship programs, engaging schools and colleges to encourage applications, offering internships, training initiatives, scholarships, and STEM-focused after-school programs, donating educational resources and sports equipment, and organizing health and wellness workshops to strengthen families and future generations. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that Mayor Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, do hereby acknowledge that the Waters family stands as a testament of unity and diversity, where innovation, opportunity, and community partnership come together to create enduring impact, honoring the past while inspiring future generations to work collaboratively towards shared prosperity and inclusion. Given my hand and seal this 23rd day of February, in the year of our Lord, 2026.
Just say that it's not often that I get an opportunity to talk to an industry that I probably known just about all my life. It was back in the early 70s. I had a neighbor who had just gotten married to my wife, and I remember distinctly it was right there off of Hank Street, and he would ride his bicycle up there on Short Avenue and go in there to the unemployment part of Integrated Product. And so every morning he would do this. Why you keep going there? He said, well, I figure if I show up enough, they'll give me a job, and sure enough, that happened. But they say the other thing about this company, one of the first companies I know of, that we have these big plants coming here these days in time, and they talk about the spin-offs. They're going to be supplying this, and they're going to be supplying that. Well, I had the opportunity to work for one of the spin-offs. It was a small minority business that sole job was just to go over there to the area where Integrated Product would dump out all their cardboard. We would break down that cardboard, stack it on that truck, and haul it off the inland container. You guys don't know how many meals that provided for a community like mine and some of the other people that work for Mr. Sam Crook. Again, thank you guys for all your service to this community. You've been great. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. I will say this recognition is truly a tribute to our parents who set the culture for the future and integrated products. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Cochran, this is for you, because there's a torch that these young people hold that have a saying for you.
Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends.
Commissioner Cochran, these young individuals pass the torch on to you. Keep diversity in our community. The next honoree for Industries is the Grizzards family. Who's representing? And, okay, you got it. Commissioner Robinson, Mayor Pro Tem Robinson has you.
Anybody else think that looked like the offensive line at University of Georgia?
We want to say how proud we are of you, and thank you so much for the way that you paved the way with Southeastern Mills. And we talk about some of the contributions that your family has made and you're done to enhance diversity by providing funding for local sports programs and facilities. Y'all know about that soccer field, right? They sponsor community events to promote physical activity and engagement, partner with schools to improve access to recreational resources for those who were underserved, donated equipment and supplies to youth sports leagues just to make sure no child got left behind, supported development of parks and green spaces in underserved neighborhoods, engaged employees in volunteer efforts to maintain and improve recreational areas. And all I can say is they offered housing and basic amenities for workers, fostering community development. This says so much about what's needed so every community can thrive and we leave no one behind. We salute you and we thank you for all that you've done.
Linda, it's an honor to give you this. We've known each other quite some time, and it's a real privilege to give you. This is from the city of Rome. It's a proclamation that says, whereas Vernon and Gaynell Grizzard established a legacy of opportunity in Rome beginning in 1953, building food manufacturing enterprises that created lasting jobs and economic growth. And whereas Southeastern Mills, a fourth-generation family-owned company, expanded the legacy by providing inclusive employment opportunities, most notably launching SEM Baking, later Mondo Baking, in 1983 by hiring unemployed individuals and growing to employ more than 1,000 people. And whereas through partnerships and continued operations associated with companies such as Tyson Foods and Kellogg's, these enterprises have sustained jobs while strengthening the region's diverse workforce. And whereas Southeastern Mills has unified diversity by supporting the Black community and all residents through job creation, educational support, youth sports sponsorships, park development, volunteerism, and partnerships with organizations such as Hope Alliance. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, do hereby acknowledge that the legacy of Vernon and Gaynell Grizzard stands as a testament to unite people across backgrounds and experiences, demonstrating that through opportunity, service, and shared purpose, diversity becomes our collective strength. Given my hand and sealed this 23rd day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026.
Go ahead.
I'll just echo what Tom said. This is really a tribute to our parents and what they did for the community. And I know my dad and Mr. Waters were great friends, and so I think they did a lot of this together, all this planning together. And Bill, you were one of my dad's really good friends.
Absolutely.
And I think y'all two probably helped hold each other's feet to the fire.
Yes, sir, we did.
And it made a
Yes,
lot of
ma'am.
progress in town, so we appreciate it.
I would follow that up by saying that we were great friends. That's me, him, Gaynell, as well as Faith. What intrigued me about him was his attitude about life and how this giant of a man walked among all of us like it was just natural. He was just a natural guy, and it didn't matter to him as long as you had the right attitude. It made me feel that you can do anything in the world that you want to do. All you had to do basically is just lace up your shoes and go to work. And I guarantee you, you can get there. He inspired this old boy you see standing here. And I'm greatly appreciative of Vernon and Gaynell, as well as yourself. I call Linda my sister. I would tell you, out of all of the industries, the Waters family, I feel the same way about you guys. And of course, Atram Health Florida, I feel the same way about them. You guys have set the example. It was not that many years ago, and I know Mr. Hickson know about it. He's in here today, and there's Mr. Jackson. And I don't see too many others old enough to realize Mr. Morgan and some others here know. There wasn't many places you could go in Rome, Florida County to get a job and provide for your family. You guys, every one of you open doors. And that's why you're here tonight, for us to show you our appreciation of what you have done, uniting, whether you're black, white, or whatever. You treated us like family. Thank you. Thank you.
Commissioner Robinson, stay right there for a minute. Our young people have a saying for you, because we know that you're going to do your part in carrying the torch as they pass it to you of keeping diversity alive.
Faith is taking the first steps even when you can't see the whole staircase. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education.
Thank you, and keep it simple. Now we're going to our individual honorees, the soldiers in the community. The first person we're going to start off with is a jewel, someone that touched my life in so many ways, and that's Miss Helena Finley. 82 years royal beauty young. She was born and raised in Rome, Georgia, and graduated from Maine High School. She attended the Savannah State University for 2 years, and she married her high school sweetheart, Mr. Hardy Finley. And they were married for 55 amazing years. Miss Finley was employed by the original Anna K. Davey Elementary School, where she taught reading in the 1960s. And she worked at Southeast Elementary School, where she was employed as the secretary. But they didn't look at her as a secretary. They looked at her as the whirlwind of wisdom. Ms. Finley was an active member of the St. Paul AME Church. However, she was asked by the deacons to come work with the children at Metropolitan United Methodist Church. When the old Saffron Colored School was torn down in 1956, the replacement was built on the same Nixon Avenue and was named after the former principal, Miss Anna K. Davey. Miss Helena was hired by Miss Hickson, who became the second principal year 66-74, and AKD of the late Samuel Burrell Sr., former Floyd County Commissioner, who died in 2015. One of Miss Finley's memorable occasion was introduced to and meeting the Honorable Miss Anna K. Davey. Yes. And she started the drill team. When we were young, we didn't have a team that we could actually feel like we belonged to. And Miss Finley wanted to pour into us to make sure that we knew that we were important, that we were valued, and we were part of this community. Miss Finley she made us try out an audition for the drill team, and our colors were orange and blue. Did y'all see our flowers? We got it, didn't we? And she got those colors and the theme while she was there at Savannah State University. But one thing about it, we were able to march down Broad Street in the parade. But she didn't leave us there by ourselves because Miss Finley wanted to make sure that she left no child behind and she left an impactful infant. So Miss Finley would take students on field trips, and we'd walk down Hardy Avenue, past the Coosa Country Club, to Broad Street, and they said, "Here come them high steppers." Miss Finley, we give you your flowers while you're here, and we salute you. Thank you.
Got me up here almost in tears. I think about the times that you took time out of your day. My sister Emma, she know about it. When you made the home visits, when we didn't even have shoes on our feet. You remember those days? You brought us clothes, put on our back. And I wonder, who is this lady? I guess you thought I had forgot about you. I love you and all that you stood for then, and God got you still standing here tonight with me. Thank you. Thank you for everything. Let me read this proclamation.
She's got to stand up.
City of Rome, Georgia proclamation. Whereas Miss Helen Finley was born and raised in Rome, Georgia, where she laid the foundation for a lifetime of service and excellence, unity. Graduating from Maine High School and continuing her education at Savannah State University, experience that inspired her, enduring commitment to education, culture, and community. And whereas Ms. Finley devoted her professional life to uplifting children throughout education, serving as a reading teacher at the original Annie K. Davis Elementary School during the 1960s, and the late as the secretary of Southeast Elementary School. She carried forward the proud legacy of a school built on historic Nixon Avenue site. After the Saffron Colored School was torn down in 1956, united generations throughout knowledge, opportunities, and perseverance. And whereas Ms. Finley, visionary leadership, unified diversity throughout action, founding the Annie K. Davis Elementary School drill team, inspired by the colors and the spirit of Savannah State University. Orange and blue, creating an electrifying performance at games and parades, including Cherish's Christmas Parade on Broad established the MLK Prayer Breakfast Children Course, which has flourished for 39 years, exploring countless young people to the national black anthem and the significance of black history. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, do hereby acknowledge Ms. Helen Finley as a living testament to inspire, electrify performers, and still breathe, quantify that the impossible is possible, has left a indelible mark on the Rome community. Given my hand and seal, this 23rd day of February in our year of Lord 2026.
Thank you, and I have enjoyed all my work with Rome City Schools and the children that I worked with. I see some of the children who have children that I worked with. This one here. Some of the rest of them do, but they were children that I could handle, and they worked hard for me. And whatever days I set to practice, or whatever they had to do, they did it Saturday, Sunday, whenever they could do it, you know? So it was filling for me. It was a great job.
Thank you so much. Let's give it
Collins, these young people have a word for you. Now you have to be quiet and listen to them.
No one really knows why they're alive until they know what they died for. Forgiveness is not an occasional act, it's a constant attitude.
As we pass the torch on to you, keep diversity in our community alive.
Thank you so much.
And I have the honors of saluting a distinguished gentleman, but when you hear the name, there is no shame, because I see the mother who gave birth to this amazing young man, Miss Susie Twyman. I'm getting ready to talk about your baby. Mr. Christopher Twyman, who's not with us today because he's traveling. But Mom, let me tell you, job well done. Mr. Christopher Twyman is a prominent attorney based in Rome, Georgia. He is managing partner at the Cox Byington Twyman LLP and has been recognized as the Georgia Superior or Super Lawyers honoree in multiple years. Mr. Twyman has a strong academic background, graduating from Georgetown University with a Bachelor of Arts. He has a government and history, and from the University of Georgia School of Law. Mr. Twyman goes beyond just professionalism. When you need him, he listens. When you want him, he comes. When there's things going on in the community and there's financial resources that are difficult, he supplies. He takes care of Rome City Schools like no other. He's got Miss Collins back, he's got Dr. Hollins back, and he has Rome City's back. Ms. Twyman, you did an amazing job. You raised a soldier, you raised a young man. And Mr. Twyman, you're right, the family. Yes, there's behind every good woman, there's a good man, and he had a father he could follow. So today, we salute your son. But while you're here, we're giving you your props too, okay? So, Mr. Twyman, your son, and I'll read his proclamation because it's so well done.
There you go, Mike.
He said, Whereas Christopher P. Twyman, a native of Rome, Georgia, is a distinguished attorney and civic leader who serves a managing partner and leads litigation practices at Cox Bonton Twyman LLP. And whereas Mr. Twyman is a graduate of East Rome High School, class of 1992, where he served as class president, earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from Georgetown University in 1996, and received his Juris Doctor from the University of Georgia School of Law in 1999. Whereas, admitted to the State Bar of Georgia in 1999, Mr. Twyman is licensed to practice before all Georgia trial and appellate courts, municipal, federal courts, including the United States Supreme Court, and has represented clients in complex civil and criminal matters across the state and nation, earning recognition as a Georgia Super Lawyer Honoree and Rising Star. And whereas Mr. Twyman has demonstrated exemplary service to the legal profession and the community throughout his leadership on the Board of Governors and his active participation in numerous professional and civic organizations, elected to the bar leadership in 2022, Mr. Twyman has served as Secretary, Treasurer, President-elect, and now serves as the 63rd President of the State Bar of Georgia. All right now. Therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor, Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, do hereby acknowledge and commend Christopher P. Twyman for his dedication, leadership, and service, which has strengthened our community, enriched our history, and helped foster unity throughout diversity. Giving my hand and seal this 23rd day of February in the year of the Lord, 2026. Thank you. Job well done.
On behalf of Chris, I would just like to say we thank you all for this honor. And you know that I already know all these things and feel all these things. So thank you all, though, for helping us to celebrate Chris.
Because I can pass my torch on to if I want to.
Let me hand it to you.
So, my torch, say and pass it on, is going to go to our city manager, Mr. Sammy Rich. Come join me. Thank you.
We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. I have a dream that one day little black boys and girls will be holding hands with little white boys and girls.
So, to our city manager, we know that you believe in unifying. We know that you got to carry that torch well. So, as from the young people to our leadership, continue to keep diversity and unity. Our next honoree is Dr. Jonathan Hershey. Yes. As he comes, this amazing trailblazer now works at Berry College, but I know him as the trailblazer from Georgia Highlands, better known as Floyd Junior College, because he was right there with me also. He previously worked at Georgia Highlands College as the Dean of the School of Humanities, Professor of English, Project Director in Inclusion and Equity. At Georgia Highlands, he serves as the Director of African American and Minority Male Excellence, and also the Brother to Brother Leadership Development Program. But Dr. Hershey is beyond that. When you see Dr. Hershey, you always see somebody going beyond the call of duty to help, just to give a helping hand to anybody who needs it. Dr. Hershey was a mentor. Dr. Hershey was an advisor. Dr. Hershey was a brother, a father, a figure. He didn't see color. He didn't see race. He saw humanity. This gentleman goes beyond the call of duty to reach souls. And I wish we could clone him because you're amazing. So Dr. Hershey, we salute you. Thank you.
It's my honor to read this proclamation. I want to mention I've known Dr. Hershey for a long time, back during the old Georgia Northwestern days, back when he and Greg Shropshire worked at Georgia Highlands together, and the work that they did at Georgia Highlands. And I didn't know that you were at Berry College now, but congratulations on that. In my mind, you'll always be at Georgia Highlands. That's the way I think of you. But you and Greg did a tremendous amount of good work there. This is from the City of Rome. Whereas Dr. Jonathan Hershey serves with distinction as Director of Belonging Initiatives at Berry College, advancing a culture where every individual is valued, heard, and empowered. And whereas Dr. Hershey previously served at Georgia Highlands College as Dean of the School of Humanities, Professor of English, and Project Director for Inclusion and Equity, and provided visionary leadership as Director of Georgia Highlands African American and Minority Male Excellence and Brother to Brother. And whereas for 19 years, Dr. Hershey has faithfully served as co-director of the Summer Foundation Camp through a partnership between Georgia Highlands College and 100 Black Men of Rome, Northwest Georgia, investing in the promise and potential of young people and building bridges of opportunity that reflect his enduring commitment to unity through mentorship. And whereas Dr. Hershey has extended his impact beyond the classroom and campus through his years of community engagement, including co-hosting the interview program Community Watch and honoring the legacy of his late co-host Greg Shropshire, he has fostered meaningful dialogue and strengthened understanding across diverse communities. Now therefore be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Jim Bojo, along with Rome City Commission, do hereby honor Dr. Jonathan Hershey for his steadfast dedication to unifying diversity, fostering belonging, and transforming lives through education, leadership, and service. And we celebrate his enduring contributions to building communities where differences are embraced and unity is achieved through mutual respect and shared vision. Given my hand and seal this 23rd day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026, from the Rome City Commission.
I certainly appreciate the acknowledgement. I need to thank my wife Paula for putting up with me. I hope continuing in that. I need to thank all of the organizations and individuals that have done great work with allowing me to help them in a lot of great ways, and I want us to continue that. But I especially appreciate your acknowledging Greg Shropshire for everything that he did to make this community better. And we did a lot of great work together, and I certainly miss him.
Commissioner McDaniel. So I pass this torch on to you. It is because it means so much when we unify as one. So today, as we all stand together on this commission, unity, diversity in our communities, we all stand together saying that we are going to be the #1 Rome, because diversity in all communities matter. And so that these young people that stand behind me today pass the torch through me to you by saying, let's all stay one. Thank you.
Thank you.
So I don't want to leave here without sharing and acknowledging Mr. Gregory Shropshire. He was a Navy veteran of the community, a serviceman for the City of Rome. Although he passed away on August the 5th at the age of 51. Shropshire was the president of the 100 Black Men, Northwest Georgia, and he was part of the Brother at Georgia Highlands game. Greg was a mentor. He was an an extraordinary man who didn't find robbery to help anybody that was in need. We deliberated on lots of issues, because if you ever got a chance to get to know Mr. Swapshire, he loved to debate. But one thing about it, he had his heart truly in this community. As he transitioned on to greater, we know that he left here a legacy that is almost impossible not to feel. But as we salute as we salute Dr. Hershey, we can't salute him without Gregory Shropshire, because they showed us what brother to brother truly meant. Brother to brother standing together in unity. Let this be a prime example of what we do as we stand brother to brother in unity. So, Mr. Swapshire, and to his family, we salute you. Now, our next honoree is Mr. Sanders Hickson. And I know that I could not do justice of talking about this honorary man, but I'm going to pass the torch on to his son. But I wanted to share that all the years that I ever ran or was in political office, I ran into a young man who taught us how to never forget our history, to never forget the importance of making sure that Rome had a foundation, that knowing that our history through art. He sold numerous paintings. I don't know if anybody bought paintings from him, but he had a store that he shared all kind of family traditions, black history, local history. He was just an historical man. But you know, history is in the making today, because you see father and son standing together, and he's honoring his father on such an amazing occasion. So, Mr. Hickson, I pass the torch on to you, brother.
Before I get to talking about my dad, because I get to talking a lot, I do want to pay homage to Dr. Hershey and Greg Shropshire. Those two guys were instrumental in my life. And I've never seen two people as close as you guys. You brought me into the show. You let me co-host. You also encouraged me. And I appreciate you guys for that. I also want to give honor to Chris Twyman, who was a brother of mine, graduating from Maine Elementary, 1986. And I want to thank you too, Ms. Twyman. We ride on road trips, going back and forth to football games. Your son and mine are classmates over at Darlington. And I just want to give a quick recognition to him as well. And speaking of Maine Elementary, you guys wouldn't have no idea of what it was coming up during segregation. And just to mention, I want to give a quick shout out to you as well, and all the classes that came through Maine Color High School. That was definitely a hard time to come by. My dad came through Maine Color High School, graduating in '61. And it takes a village to raise a kid. And I think we can honor the honorees more if we continue the legacy that they've made already. If we continue the impact that they've made by encouraging and just putting kids in a path to where they're able to succeed. We see a group of kids back there, and our chore is to do that for them. My dad was that for me. Growing up in the 60s, he probably had, I won't tell him about the race car driving on the dirt track. But he had several businesses. We refer to him as a serial entrepreneur. And I guarantee you, the Waters, if you pull him to the side, I know he can share stories from back then with you guys or somebody that he knew back then. Am I right? But I just want to thank you, Dad, from all my brothers and sisters and everybody. Let me get on, because I know some of y'all want to get out of here. City of Rome, Georgia proclamation. Whereas Sandra Lee Hickson Jr., effectively known as Pops, was born on January 16, 1942 in Rome, Georgia, and has lived a life dedicated to family, community, and service, nurturing connections across generations and backgrounds through his unwavering commitment to unity and inclusion. And whereas, as a pioneering entrepreneur, Pop broke racial barriers by owning and operating some of the first African-American-owned businesses in Rome, including Hickson's Automotive, Hickson's Express BP Service Station, Hickson's Holland, Ethnic Apparel Clothing Store, and AutoLink Sailor, creating economic opportunities while fostering a spirit of collaboration and empowerment across the community. And whereas his lifelong passion for sports, coaching youth football, sponsoring softball and basketball teams, and reactivating the WBA Rome Gladiators, has provided countless young people of diverse backgrounds with mentorship, support, and a sense of belonging, demonstrating the power of teamwork and shared purpose. And whereas through his leadership, vision, and dedication, Mr. Hickson has exemplified the theme of unifying diversity, building bridges across cultural and general lines, inspiring others to pursue their dreams, and leaving a lasting legacy of opportunity, inclusion, and community strength. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that I, Mayor Jim Bojo, along with Rome City Commission, do hereby acknowledge and commend Sanders Lee Hickson Jr. for his dedication, leadership, and service, which have strengthened our community and enriched our history and helped foster unity through diversity. Giving my hand and seal this 23rd day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026. Congratulations.
I would like to thank everybody that's here and everybody that had something to do with me to get this flat. Yeah, we worked hard, but I see a lot of faces in here that probably worked harder than me. And another thing I like to do is I like to thank y'all for, it looked like a Main High celebration to me. Kind of all these people I kind of, grew up around, and they've always supported me. The businesses I had, I really appreciate the people like Reverend Allen. He supported me quite a bit. A lot of these people in here really was the cause of me being able to do some of the things that I did. Like I said, thanks everybody.
Commissioner Hickson. Commissioner Hickson. That's it. These young people want to make sure that you know that too, that you have a torch now that you have to carry. That means that you got to keep diversity in the community and keep building that legacy for them to be able to follow. And the final honoree for tonight. And last but not least, but saving the best for last, Mr. Terrence Height Sr. I never met such a distinguished young man who just has his heart so much into this community, who does so much just because it's in his heart, and that means a lot. He's a graduate of the Coosa Valley Technical School with a certificate in microcomputer programming. Then he went on to graduate from Shorter College in 2004 with a degree in business. A few years later, he combined the Redmond Regional Prostate Screening Event with the HIM. He has seen over 38 participants to now has grown to over 300. He was a chairperson for the very first golf tournament for the 100. And at the time, they raised the most money for the organization to become an annual event. In 1899, he started his first coaching career at the early age of 19. He was a basketball player and coach for the Boys and Girls Club of Rome. In 2004, he began his football coaching career, touching so many young kids in recreation, underserved children, making sure that no child got left behind. He was recognized by Redmond Hospital as the Thomas First Humanitarian Award winner for Redmond employees. During his time at Redmond, he coordinated several career day events and distinguished gentlemen in communities and schools events. When I say giving from the heart just because, this distinguished gentleman is just that. Commissioner Brock.
From the city of Rome, whereas Terrence Hyde, a native Roman and proud graduate of West Rome High School class of '88, Coosa Valley Technical College and Shorter College class of 2004, whose lifelong commitment to education laid the foundation for his leadership and service. And whereas, as a dedicated member of 100 Black Men of Rome in Northwest Georgia, he has played a pivotal role in growing the health initiative for men from 38 to over 300 participants, fostering collaboration among community health efforts, and launched a premier fundraising golf tournament that continues to support mentoring and youth development. And whereas through more than 3 decades of coaching with the Boys and Girls Club of Rome and the Rome Recreation Department, he brought together city, private, and homeschooled youth, building championship teams, strong character, and lasting unity across diverse backgrounds. And whereas as an entrepreneur and humanitarian, founding Studio 712 Jazz to celebrate local talent and establishing Height for Sight Incorporated, which has provided visual assistance to over 120 students, Terrence Height continues to uplift and empower the next generation, embodying the true spirit of unifying diversity. Now for a bit proclaim, Mayor Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, proudly honor Terrence Height for his enduring impact, servant leadership, and unwavering dedication to strengthening the Rome Northwest Georgia community, and we celebrate his legacy as a true champion of unifying diversity. Given my hand and seal this 23rd day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026.
Y'all, thank you so much. One of the things, you get up here, you never know what you're going to say, but first I just want to say I'm very honored to receive this recognition. And like others have mentioned before me, talking about Dr. Hershey and Greg Shropshire, as a 100, I've been a 100, associated with the 100 Black Men for 23 years, and very proud of that. And just to see those guys, though, and what they did in this community with B2B, and a lot of things we say at the 100 is, you know, what do you see they will be? And that's what I've tried to demonstrate it throughout my time here in this community, because as you heard, I was born here, raised here, and pretty much just all my life in this community, and I've just always have been wanting to give back. And I just thank all of you for supporting my latest venture with Height for Sight and the foundation. I mean, the community has definitely stepped up, and we're helping so many youth in this community. I want to definitely thank the Rome City School and Floyd County Schools for what they've done to allow us to come into the school to provide these screenings for free. So I just want to say thank you all for just all your support. And again, thank you for this recognition.
So I need Commissioner Fisher, I need Meredith, and Joe, I need you to stand. Come stand right here. We didn't leave anybody behind, because the one thing we do is we do not leave our commissioners out and our city, the ones who run our city. We wanted you to know that these young people stand united. They have a mission, they have a purpose, and they want to see our future as one. They want to know that we have their backs, and they want to know that we won't be divided. We'll always stay united. So today, they have a message for not just you, but for this whole city. All righty?
We are the dream and the dreamers, the seeds in the harvest. We walk on paths paved by courage, lit by the fire of those who came before. Our voices carry the songs of freedom. Our hands build bridges to tomorrow. We are proof that hope is stronger than fear, and love is greater than hate. We rise not just for ourselves, but for every soul who dare to believe that justice will bloom in every season. We rise today, tomorrow, and always.
The torch has now been passed, and it's very important and critical that we keep diversity alive. As we close and we say thank you for allowing us to tell our story and our history. I cannot go without saying these young people are part of Rome City Schools. They represent us. They are part of the Lunch Bunch program, and it's a mentoring group led by Coach Charles Smith at West End Elementary. These students named the group and designed their own t-shirts. They meet to talk about life changes and character, and they're so excited that they feel like there's hope for the future. So today, and as always, Black history is our history, and today we show that we are united, not divided, and we know what it takes to move our communities. So you have a challenge, they have a challenge, we have a challenge to stay united in this community. And I thank you.
Before everybody leaves here tonight, first of all, I want to congratulate everybody. It's not even those taking home plaques, those that are you who are not, because you played a role in somebody's life, everybody's life. And I don't think I have to stand here. We got one more plaque we're going to give out, City Commission is. And I don't think I have to stand here and talk about this man and the lives that he has been a part of and he has worked with and he has built. And I could go on and on about him. And I don't think I have to stand here and talk to anybody about football, high school football in Northwest Georgia, okay? This man brought high school football in Northwest Georgia to the next level when he became the head football coach at Rome High School. And he's leaving us. Can we vote on that up here? Are we allowed to do that? She's going, no, you can't. But anyway, Coach Reed, would you please come forward? We have a proclamation, and Commissioner Fisher is going to read that to you. And thank you. And then, Coach, we'll move on.
I've been so excited about the opportunity to read this proclamation to you. I'm just so honored and proud of what you've done for Rome City Schools, and I've seen firsthand for myself, living it, what you do for the football program and what you do for students and what you've done for Rome City Schools. It's not just football. Whereas John Reed has served Rome High School with distinction since 2015 as head football coach, providing exceptional leadership integrity and unwavering commitment to student athletes and the school community. And whereas, I'm going to have to put my glasses on. Whereas, under his guidance, the Rome High School football program rose to statewide prominence, capturing the school's first ever GHSA state championship in 2016, repeating as champions in 2017, and earning 9 region titles and sustained playoff success. Reed also achieved a major career milestone during his 250th victory as a head football coach. And whereas Coach Reed established a culture rooted in discipline, preparation, accountability, and teamwork, ensuring that Rome High football became a program respected across Georgia, both on and off the field. Whereas beyond wins and championships, he served as a mentor and role model, positively impacting countless students by emphasizing character, perseverance, relationships, and personal growth. And whereas upon his retirement after 11 seasons, it is fitting and proper to recognize and commend John Reed for leaving Rome High School football program stronger than he found it, and for creating a lasting legacy of excellence that will benefit the school and the community for generations to come. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Jim Bojo, along with the Rome City Commission, do hereby congratulate John Reed on his retirement and commend him for a distinguished career with Rome High School and its athletic program, given my hand and seal this 23rd day of February in the year of our Lord, 2026. Congratulations.
Thank you. Jim, I guess I'm not going anywhere because Dr. Holland gave me about 5 new jobs today, so.
We find you coach you somewhere else, you got a problem.
I'm honored and humbled to be recognized tonight. I really am with this great group of leaders that we've seen in institutions. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Coach Reed, before you leave. When Coach Reed first got here, I walked into that library to meet him that morning, that noonday. Never laid eyes on him a day in my life. And I walked up to him, greeted him, everything, and had the most wonderful conversation. I could almost tell he was a winner. I traveled down to Carrollton to one of his first games to that first season. And I remember walking to the station, I said, Coach. He turned around and came up to the edge of the field. And I said, you think we got him? You going to take care of him tonight? He said, I don't know if we're going to beat him, but we're going to give him hell. That he did.
I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and being a part of this. This was just a great program. Commissioner Beaman, thank you for your time and your effort in putting this together. And let's give her a hand. Now I'm going to do what everybody out there is wishing I would have done a long time ago. We're about to go into our meeting. You're more than welcome to stay, but we're going to take about 5 minutes. If you want to leave, go home. We appreciate you being here and come back to see us.
Hey, Al.
Leaving?
Wait, hey, Faith. Faith.
For you. Let's see. I'm gonna lean over and yes, sir. Say what?
Your grandson is not going to play.
Oh, I won't. Nothing to that. Nothing to that. Yeah, well, that's not possible.
Terry. How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Stephen, I'm not Miss Stevens.
I wish I had some coffee right now, actually.
You know, you look so much like
We need new monitors and a touch screen that can move independently, and we need a built-in coffee machine for everyone. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, exactly. That was great. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I will now call this meeting to order, and we've already had the invocation and the pledge, so we will move along, and I will ask Mr. Clerk to call the roll.
Mayor Bojo.
Here.
Commissioner Robinson.
Here.
Rock.
Here.
Cochran.
Here.
Beeman.
She's here.
Yeah.
Here, I'm sorry.
Fisher.
Here.
Hickson.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
McDaniel.
Here.
And everyone, I hope, took a look at the minutes from the last meeting. And does anyone have any corrections, additions, subtractions? If not, we will consider them approved as written. We've already done the proclamation for Coach Reed. We have 3 registered guests on the schedule for now, and we will start with Christy Minor. Please state your name and address. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Commissioners. My name is Christy Minor of Somerville Park. Commissioner Beeman, I want to thank you. That was a wonderful presentation, such rich history, and I could really feel the pride, and I just learned a lot, and I really appreciate it. It was beautiful.
Thank you.
Coincidentally, I had planned on sharing a little history myself this evening. I'm going to read a little bit from Fabian Freeway. It's The High Road to Socialism in the USA from 1884 to 1966, written by Rose Martin. The character, the historical figure that I want to speak about is Felix Frankfurter. He was a professor of law at Harvard University whose specialty was administrative law. He was preeminent among FDR brain trusters. He was a tiny figure of a man with a large head and keen dark eyes behind gleaming spectacles, endowed with exceptional brain power and adroitness. He had championed many socialist-approved causes at the intellectual level without ever descending into the pit of Socialist Party politics. He professed a deep concern for procedural regularity, a difficult point with which to take issue. In 1938, he, Frankfurter, he advised his students to familiarize themselves with the legislative process so that he controlled, in effect, both the writing and interpretation of new legislative measures. And in 1938, he was rewarded a seat on the Supreme Court. During his tenure, the Supreme Court, the quality and temper altered visibly, and its lawmaking functions was emphasized at the expense of the legislative power of Congress. So the point here being that there was always supposed to be a separation of powers. Lawmaking was never supposed to be to the administrative attorneys. The system's been hijacked a long time ago. Y'all are operating in a system where this has been chipped away at. We, the people, count on you to represent us. Otherwise, you end up being puppets to your city attorney, your city manager, and the Georgia Municipal Association. And I seriously doubt that you have put everything on the line and are spending so much time to serve this community, especially after the beautiful presentation that we had tonight, that you want to leave behind for your children and grandchildren a bigger government with the children and grandchildren having the burden of paying for that government, and also making Rome City a cookie cutter city like all of the cities in Georgia. I don't believe that that's what you want. So I just wanted to point that out, and we thank you for your service, and I wish that you would appreciate and think about these things and recognize that unfortunately we're living in a system that's been chipped away at for many decades. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Minor. Ron Swinford. Name and address, please, sir.
My name's Ron Swinford. I live at 11 Poplar Street, Rome, Georgia. And there's been several of us that have come over several months talking about data centers. I know y'all are tired of talking about them. I am too. And the other day I was standing working early voting. And I just kept running it through in my head. And I thought, well, we're voting. Let's vote on them. So I'm calling on y'all tonight. I'm going to do the same at the county tomorrow. Due to power limitations with Georgia Power, none of them are going to start getting built this year. Let's put it on the ballot. Does the city and the county together want data centers or not? It's 3 questions. That's one. The second one, if yes, how many? Currently we have 4 planned. We can do 1, 2, 3, 4 or more if you want to. And the third one may be the most important. Data centers around the South are notorious for not putting out their usage after they're fully up to speed. How much water they're using, how much power they're using. Let's make them. A quarterly report to the commissions, both commissions, and to the Development Authority that would be available to the public. If you're going to have them, we need to know how much water they're really using. We need to know how much power they're really using. But I think if you were to put it for a vote, it's not going to pass. Thank you for your time. That was a great program tonight, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Swinford. Billy Cooper, you have 3 minutes. Please state your name and address.
I'm Billy Cooper. My address is Mountain Crest Drive in Rome. Thank you for allowing me some time tonight. I'll do my best to stay within 3 minutes. I am here to ask your support for House Bill 968 that is presently before the House and has not come up for a vote yet. House Bill 968 would place kratom, make it a controlled substance in the state of Georgia. Presently, there are 8 states, including, or not including, but in addition to the District of Columbia, that have moved to make kratom a controlled substance. And we have 2 sister states adjacent to us, Alabama and Tennessee, that have made that move. In my day job, I am a practicing pharmacist at Floyd Medical Center. We are increasingly seeing problems with kratom. You have a handout that I think came from Mr. Smith that is a nice summary that has been put together by a KSU university professor, as well as an administrator from Westminster Schools. Westminster Schools is a private school, so they obviously are having difficulty with the use of kratom. Kratom has now been implicated in multiple deaths across many states, and the usage continues to rise. I can tell you as a pharmacist, you will not find kratom in any pharmacy in this county. It's unlikely that you will find kratom in any reputable pharmacy in the state of Georgia. Ask yourself why. If it has a medical purpose, then why is it not there? Unfortunately, the FDA has dropped the ball on this. And in the opening paragraph of the handout that you have, I'm going to read a comment there that was part of a lawsuit after a 23-year-old died in Cobb County. And I'm not an attorney, so I might mispronounce this, but we have a city attorney here that can help me with it. I think this is called an opening salvo. Is that right? Am I pronouncing that right? And it says, for years, a group of people, companies, and industry-fueled interest organizations have been collaborating to unlawfully import kratom, and I'll leave the chemical name out, from Indonesia, create a market for their known deadly concoctions and prevent meaningful accountability with tactics ranging from bullying and threats to paying key legislators as consultants. There's no place for kratom in our society. We have too many substances to abuse at present. So I'm here to stand for somebody that can't stand for themselves, and that is the person that hasn't tried it yet and is going to be addicted, and they're going to suffer the consequences of that. I'm here to stand for the motorcycle rider that's gonna get run over by a 100,000-pound truck where you have a driver that is impaired. I'm here to stand for a public service that's gonna have to deal with the deaths associated with this. And if there's one closing thought, you need to know about this, and I'm 28 seconds over.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to give Mr. Cooper a few more minutes. Pretty important subject here.
Well, if I could just read this, this is from February the
Mr. Cooper,
16th.
just a second. Does everybody down here okay with that?
We're going to be consistent.
Sorry?
We're going to be consistent.
We are going to be consistent. We got a request.
Okay. You get it? So I know what to do.
Continue.
This is from February 16th. It came from the Coosa Valley News. An Adairsville man, 35-year-old William David Fletcher, has been sentenced for the shooting death of his mother in Bartow County Superior Court. Fletcher entered a guilty plea in Bartow County Superior Court Tuesday to manslaughter for a 2022 shooting death of his mother, 61-year-old Kelly Fletcher. Medical officials say kratom, combined with Fletcher's medical condition that causes seizures, may have led to the shooting death of his mother. Do we really need a substance out there that can lead to murder? If you can do an emergency, any sort of emergency, I guess you would call it ordinance. It wouldn't be an ordinance. It would be a proclamation that could be sent to the state in support of House Bill 968. You would be doing the public a great service. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Can we do that, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Lawyer? Put together something for us to sign that send to the, a resolution.
I'd like to make a motion to approve that because I think this is a very important subject that we're on the front end of this thing. It's scary, to be honest, with our children.
Very scary.
Yeah.
But, Mr. Cooper, I want to ask you a question. You're in and out of the hospital a lot. I don't know how to word this really. How many people is the hospital generally seeing that have kratom problems?
Well, unfortunately, I can't really give you a number. I approached the chief hospitalist about this, and he said, you know, it's so difficult because kratom gets mixed with other products. So we have somebody that comes in, we think kratom is part of the reason that they're there. We don't have a test for it. So if law enforcement stops someone and they think that they're impaired due to kratom, there's not a test for that. Now, you can measure it in a toxicology lab, and that's been done. In fact, some 150, according to that article that I gave you there, some 150 people were found post-mortem to have had kratom in their death, and there was no other cause related to that. And that was over a very short period in 2016 and 17. And that's all the more reason for this product not to be out there. I mean, if the city manager has someone that they suspect has been drinking on the job, then we have a way to detect that. But if I have somebody working in the hospital, a nurse or whoever it might be, that could be impaired because they are using kratom, they're self-medicating for whatever reason, I can't really detect that. And that's another reason for it to not be on the street.
Mr. Bill, I would just say to you that it's just honorable that you would take time out of your day to come up here to share that type of information with us. We greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And I think the resolution will be in order, Mr. Attorney and Mr. Mayor Wayne.
We'll get that resolution. If everyone's in favor, do we call the roll on that?
Do that.
All right, then call the roll.
So you have a motion to issue a resolution of support for House Bill 968. Okay, you ready to vote?
Bill seconded.
Yep. Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Brock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Hickson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
McDaniel?
Yes.
Mr. Clerk, would you please make a note in the notes that we ask Mr. Cooper to come back to educate the commission on Kratom and the harm that's being done. Go to the podium, please.
Yeah. I just want to point out, in order for the resolution to be effective, it really needs to happen before crossover day, which is scheduled, I think, a week from this Friday. Is that what people are hearing?
Yep, we
So,
get in their hands
yeah.
before then.
Okay, I just didn't know. I know
Thank
you
you.
voted on it, but okay, thank you.
I would like to ask Officer Rodney a question. Chief Rodney, have you heard of any issues with Kratom?
We do have cases where we've run across people who have problems with Kratom. Again, like Mr. Cooper said, we don't have a test for that. So there could be a lot of impairment that comes back negative, but they could be on Kratom. There's really no way to test to know unless they volunteer that information to us. I personally know somebody that had a problem with it.
Thank you, Chief Bailey. All right, moving along, we have no resolutions, nothing on first reading, nothing on second reading, nothing continued on first reading, and public hearing. Bryce, floor is yours.
Yes, sir. Good evening, everyone. We have one item for you this evening. That is Z26-02-03 for the property at 202 Waddell Street, 0 Nelm Street, 0 Stonewall Street, and 203 Stonewall Street. All the properties are currently zoned HDR. The request is to rezone to multifamily residential. There you have the properties outlined on your screen. They would all need to be merged. The applicant is proposing a townhouse development. The property kind of slopes off down a hill in that back corner. The applicant's initial site plan showed 13 units. The future land use map calls for this area to be 5 to 9 units in the future. As you know, multifamily allows for anywhere from 10 to 14. There were kind of differing comments from the water department and the fire marshal's office. The fire marshal's office would prefer to see, greater water pressure, and the water department's comment was, well, we'll invest when people start building in that area. We'll upgrade the infrastructure. Property will need multiple variances based on the current site plan, and we have two here, the initial one and another one that was provided recently. Just 1 second. That's the properties as they currently sit. This was the initial site plan. It shows a drive that would access each one of the individual driveways. That is the 13 units. As I said, it would require multiple variances. A lot of the land is being taken up for that driveway, which is one of the big reasons for those variances. This is the more recent one. They scaled it back into 3 buildings with 4 units per building. These are pictures taken by staff. This is right behind Joe Wright Village.
Would the road be required to be upgraded?
It would be required to install curb and gutter and whatnot, so yes. Staff, based on the future land use map, as well as the comments from the fire marshal's concerns about the road and whatnot versus the water department's, staff decided it would be appropriate to allow for 10 units per acre, which is still 1 unit greater than the comprehensive plan calls for. And staff recommended approval on the condition that the approval be limited to 10 units per acre, which would be 10 total units. Thank you.
Right, so the issue was,
No, wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak in favor of the project? Come to the podium, state your name and address. Sir, you have 10 minutes.
Well, good evening.
You don't have to take all 10, but.
Sorry. Yeah, good evening, Commission. My name is John Hiram, and we currently live in Douglasville. And my wife and I, we're originally from Rome. We grew up here and was raised here. What we're looking to do is just to create some more affordable housing here in Floyd County. I've been a real estate broker now for 26 years, and we initially bought the property several years ago, which was zoned for residential. We wanted to find a way to create more affordable housing. You know, as we come up here and we look around, we just see there's just a really need for that. So we asked the board that they give us an opportunity to put some additional housing in here, more affordable, for least affordable for individuals.
Thank you, Mr. Hiram. Is there anyone else in here who wants to speak in favor? Anyone who wants to speak in opposition? Okay, I close the public hearing, and you can ask.
I got a quick question for Mr. Hiram. What price range are you shooting for on these houses?
Depending on the details in which the curb and gutters need to go in there, we're finding that there's more expenses adding up as we start the project here, but we definitely hope to keep this in the low 200s.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Motion and second. Anyone on this to my right?
Just to clarify, is that with the condition or just a blanket approval? Just so I know what to put in the disposition letter.
With staff recommendations.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
And could you clarify those recommendations?
That it be limited to 10 units per acre, which would allow for 10 total units because it's just over an acre. We wanted to allow for some green space. After all, people are going to live here. And there is no park or any real green space in the immediate area. Nearest one is Etowah Park, which is just over a mile away.
And the water issue, Bryce, was you got to increase the pressure up there, or?
The fire marshal's office would prefer there be greater pressure. The water department says there is sufficient pressure and that, you know, they would like to upgrade that in the future, but they'd also like customers on it when they upgrade it to pay for it.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I have a question, Mr. Mayor. If they were to provide a fire pump to upgrade the pressure, would you be opposed to them doing 14 units? If the pressure is the issue.
That's the fire marshal's issue. I was hoping to leave some space between the buildings where someone could have some outdoor space.
Okay. And the curb and gutter, just out of curiosity, can they ask for a variance on that?
They can. A couple people have in the past.
Okay. I think it would be appropriate. Thank you.
Anyone else have?
Can I ask, Commissioner Hickson, would you possibly amend your motion if they were to include a fire pump that they could upgrade it to 14 units?
Yes.
Okay. How does that work with an amended motion? You have to get another second on that, or?
Well, if you seconded it, are they agreeable to that?
Commissioner Collins?
Good with that?
We can go with that as, if that's agreeable, first we make the motion in the second.
Okay, thank you.
As long as everybody understands what the vote would be.
All right, has anyone else got any questions for Bryce or Mr. Hiram?
I would like to clarify that they do have a variance application on file already to reduce the setbacks. So depending on whether or not that gets approved might affect the number of units too. So just to be clear.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
What is that zone, by the way?
It's currently HTR.
Okay, thank you.
All right, if there are no more questions for either one of these gentlemen, Mr. Clerk, will you call the roll?
Just want to make sure that Mr. Hiram understands exactly what just took place.
Sorry?
Do you understand exactly what the motion is now and what's done took place?
Yes, to increase it, yes.
Thank you so much.
Now, Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Sir, Commissioner Robinson.
Yes.
Rock.
Yes.
Cochran.
Yes.
Beeman.
Yes.
Fisher.
Yes.
Hickson.
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
McDaniel.
Yes. Thank you, Bryce.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Hiram. Mr. Clerk, you're up next with a COAM waiver request.
Yes, sir. You all recall we had a fairly in-depth discussion tonight in caucus regarding our first request for a waiver regarding COAMs. And this requested waiver is specifically regarding the distance buffers that are now in place for COAMs based on the city's 2024 COAM ordinance. The site, or excuse me, the location in question, you'll see on your screen, 400A Calhoun Avenue. It is the stop and go corner of Calhoun and Perkins Street. This establishment, this store has been in existence for a while, years. They've never had alcohol because of the close proximity to the church on one side and a residence that is zoned residential on the other side. There was no distance buffer needed for COAMs until the city's ordinance was adopted in 2024, effective for 2025. Now they are too close to have COAMs due to those two protected institutions. The ordinance does allow them to request a waiver from the city commission to permit the COAMs. And that's what's before you all tonight.
Mr. Clerk, I'd like to ask that we table this request until the clerk can notify the adjacent church and neighbors.
Second.
Yep. Commissioner Robinson,
Yes.
Brock,
Yes.
Cochran,
Yes.
Beeman,
Yes.
Fisher,
Yes.
Hickson,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes?
McDaniel. Yes. Mr. Mayor, based on what I've heard, I will notify the surrounding property owners of this request to give them a chance to come before you all and speak.
At the next meeting.
And we'll plan to do this on March 23rd. The reason I ask, I'm going to be out of town
Okay.
on March 9th. And I've talked with their attorney, and so we'll plan on March 23rd for that to come off the table and for it to be discussed.
Okay. Mr. Manager,
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Attorney. Under my time, the Water and Sewer Committee will meet Thursday, March 5th, 9 a.m. in Sam King Room. And Joint Services will meet Monday, March 9th, 9:30 at the Floyd County Administration Building. Commissioner Robinson.
Mr. Mayor, the only thing I have is the Finance Committee meeting originally scheduled for February the 25th has been rescheduled to Friday, March the 20th at 10:30 in the Sam King Room. That's all I have.
Mr. Brock.
Out of Development Oversight Committee, we'd like to ask for approval of a quote for new software from Tyler Technologies, and I think maybe Meredith or Sammy, who? Meredith.
Good evening, thank you, Commissioner. Yes, we would request the purchase of some modules to go along with the software program that we already have through Tyler Technologies. What this would do is it would provide a huge, massive upgrade for our employees, both in the planning department and building department. It creates a portal for clients, customers outside the city or in the city who want to apply electronically for a permit or rezoning request, et cetera. And it will also provide a module for electronic plan review. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know.
And the total on
Implementation would be, $133,200, and the annual fees would be $103,460. So that's a grand total for $236,660. Thank you.
And that will basically just piggyback on the system the existing system that we're using now.
So what's the recurring fee? Is that the annual fee?
Correct.
So, okay.
Is that a one-time annual fee?
There's a one-time annual fee for implementation for getting all of this set up, and that's $133,000 and some change.
And then it costs $100,000 a year?
Every year, yes, sir.
For how many years?
Ever?
Every year.
And I take it that this money is available?
Yes, it is available. We'll be paying for it out of the building department.
I'm sorry?
Out of the building department.
Okay.
Does this eliminate any current costs that we're using to upgrade this? Are we eliminating anything, or?
We're definitely streamlining a lot of processes, for sure.
It's in addition to.
Never seen a bill come across this desk that's an annual fee every year for $100 and something thousand.
That's a lot. Technology costs a lot, unfortunately. I think we pay annual fees for a lot of our technology.
Technology is supposed to cut fees, not add to them in that manner.
It's expensive,
That would be
absolutely.
nice.
So just out of curiosity, when you email something, because I know the fire department has a portal that you can email plans to, And if they can pull it up on their iPad, I believe, look at it through Bluebeam or something like that.
Yes. We will be implementing Bluebeam through this process also.
Okay, so is this $103,000 a year for a fancy email upgrade?
No. We'll also have licenses, we'll have licenses for all of our planning department employees and for our building employees, but then also for code enforcement. So they will be out in the field, this is cloud-based, and they'll be able to do work in real time.
The way I understand it, they should, when they're out in the field, they can input into a computer.
That is correct with this
They won't have to come
software.
back to the office to do it and then go back out to their next call.
Yeah, I mean, you can, I know contractors who do that all the time with Bluebeam, and it costs them a tenth of that.
Sammy, have you vetted this and?
Of course.
As far as the need?
Yes, absolutely. And
Tell me why is
so what y'all probably, you may not know, is so we're a Munis shop, like a lot of cities in Georgia. And so Munis is the backbone that provides all of our operations. And so building inspection, they've been on Munis really the last 20-plus years. And so it is kind of what we've standardized. It's what our system, all our financials run on. And so this recommendation comes to us, it started with our chief building official, James Martin. And so there's a number of other agencies that utilize the technology. And so James and his staff, Meredith, have been involved in doing the background of the research. And so this went before Development Oversight Committee, which consists of 2 city commissioners and 2 county commissioners. And as you guys know, the Building Inspection Department is operated as an enterprise fund. So we're not talking about tax dollars going into this. It's a self-sustaining operation. And so that was the request. The committee reviewed that, I believe, last week, if my meetings run together. And so, but that's kind of what got it back before us today, is getting it on the agenda now that we've got the numbers in place. And so what I agree with everything that's been said. Yes, technology is expensive. And so I think at the end of the day, what we're talking about is a more efficient system that'll incorporate with what we're already doing, but also allowing the outside world who's trying to get plans submitted and reviewed. As I understand, it's going to make that a lot easier system. And then with our folks that are working out in the field that have technology in the field, whether it's iPads or tablets, and so just making it an overall more efficient operation.
Is the fire department going to have to upgrade us also?
They will have a license and they'll be involved, absolutely.
My question
Civil
is,
engineering.
this 133 and this 103, is the county, what is their share of that money, or is this?
Well, it's a joint operation.
So they'll pay half of that money?
Well, through the building inspection.
Because building is a joint.
It's a joint operation.
Okay.
Meredith, just a quick question on the recurring fee. If 5 years down the road, somebody else develops a better widget, can we get out of this contract, or is this?
Yes.
Okay. So we're not tied to a length of time?
I don't remember on the top of my head, say it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, but once that expires, we can definitely go with something else if y'all want to.
Okay. Is it 3 years? Is it?
I'm looking for, I don't remember if this had a specific.
Well, again, this is an add-on on the current system.
Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, if you know, we're going to be spending $100,000 a year just to satisfy Munis can pony up and pay half of it.
Well, this was my first meeting at Development Oversight Committee, but it sounded like this was something that has been discussed
For a long time.
for a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
They actually put a, what you might want to call a program on.
Well, the question that was asked is, get us some information as far as the cost of the system that you would like to be using.
Sure.
And this was a request from them.
Okay.
Sammy, is this part of the old system that was hacked into and shut us down for a few days?
I'm sorry, Commissioner, I missed the front of that.
System we operating under now, is that part of the system that was hacked into and shut us down for a few days?
Yes, I think you answer your question.
I'm not sure.
I think James talked about this just very, very briefly at the retreat.
I would just add that if there's uncertainty or questions, then my advice would be send it back to Development Oversight for further study, or perhaps we'll table it and have building official come answer questions. That'd be my advice.
If you done vetted it and
I mean, from a staff perspective, we're very comfortable with operation. This is kind of what we've always used as a city, and so to be able to implement without having to do a custom program, that's where the real expenses
No,
come in.
I mean, we just asked some questions. That's,
Oh, for sure,
again,
yeah,
that's
no bad questions.
$100,000, $100,000 every year.
For
Just
sure.
I've never seen that before, but I'm good with it if you good with it.
Well,
And plus, they paying for it out of what they're making, so that's
correct.
not citizen money.
What I was asking a while ago is the $103,000 recurring fee is what it's gonna be. Is there some of that we're recurring already, or is this just all new recurring fees?
Should be all new.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
So I'm assuming this has all been worked into their budget as well.
correct.
All right, any more questions?
Were you happy to find the time that we have to be?
Thanks to Andy. There is no time, it's just an add-on to our current technology.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Attorneys can speed read, you know.
Yeah.
He did just speed read just now.
Yeah, so I guess theoretically, if we hated the product, we discontinue the net new service, and then we go back to our old regular Munis services, arguably the process we would take, or find some other third party.
Go back to dial-up.
Back to dial-up AOL.
Okay, Harry made a motion. We need a second to approve.
Second.
We got a second. Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Sir. Commissioner Robinson?
Yes.
Rock?
Yes.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Hickson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes?
McDaniel?
Yes.
Brock, you finished?
Yes.
Commissioner Cochran.
Only one announcement. The Tourism Committee will meet on Wednesday, February the 25th at 11:45 at the Civic Center. Hope to see everyone there. Thank you.
Mr. Beeman.
I don't have a report, but I did want to say that I don't believe in leaving anybody behind when we say we're unified. So there's 2 more stars in this room. And I wanted to say thank you for keeping diversity alive in our community. And that is Andy Davis. So you are my star, that's yours. And Doug Walker, who keeps us alive, that's you. You're the star, so that's yours. So now we're all united. That concludes my report.
All right, Commissioner Fisher.
There is always a lot happening with Public Works. I think one thing that everyone will be feeling is when they have to close Tribune Street to do the renovations on the courthouse. It's crane operated, so at some point they'll have to close Tribune Street. So they're working on a plan for that. And the other big thing is also the fencing for the Turner McCall Bridge. So they're still wanting a design final plan for that. So we're hoping to include Commissioner Cochran with getting input on that in the near future. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Hickson, I'm sorry.
The only information I have is from the Rome Floyd Planning Commission. We'll meet Thursday, March 5th at 2:30 here in the commission chambers.
Thank you. Commissioner Collins.
Look like we'll be meeting community development on February 25th. No, we won't. Look like
That's our council.
Look like it's been
False
canceled.
alarm.
But I will tell you, that the Northwest Regional Commission did have a meeting planned for this past other day, but President Trump came to town. They decided to cancel it due to the traffic. And that's all I have.
Mr. McDaniel.
Thank you, Mayor. General Administration and Committee on Committees will meet Tuesday, which is tomorrow, at 11 a.m. in the Carnegie Training Room. We have a report from Committee on Committees, and we had some conversation downstairs on the recommendation from Committee on Committees. I want to ask one question before I get into all of the recommendations. One of those, the joint city-county appointee, the Rome Floyd Land Bank Authority is a joint city-county appointee. And Sammy, and I guess Andy, that appointee was appointed basically by joint services. Am I correct on that?
So that was discussed and voted on by joint services, and then I think, just as a courtesy, that was also forwarded through committee on committee. for
She's
conversation.
already told that she has the position, and
Likely so,
so
yes, sir.
she's appointed. So the other two positions that came from committee on committees that the committee recommended was for Downtown Development Authority was to appoint Kellett Hollingsworth, and then to Alcohol Control Commission was to reappoint Taylor McMichael and Doug Phipps. And that came from committee on committees. So we had the first reading on those 2 weeks ago, and those come before the full commission tonight.
I'd like to move to table those.
I'll second that, please.
You'd like to do what now? I'm sorry.
Table.
What's the table?
And I second that.
When can we discuss this?
That's not a debatable motion, I don't believe. A motion to table is non-debatable.
Okay, so we don't discuss anything?
So the motion is to table. Commissioner Robinson?
No?
Brock?
No.
Cochran?
Yes.
Beeman?
Yes.
Fisher?
Yes.
Hickson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.
Daniel?
No.
Mr. Mayor, I have 5 yes votes to table this action.
So that will be brought back up at our next meeting.
Mr.
We
Attorney,
meet tomorrow at 11.
since,
Commissioner McDaniel, what'd you say? Did you say something?
The only thing that I said was the committee meets tomorrow. General Administration meets at 11 o'clock, and then Committee on Committees meets.
Following that,
Yes.
in the Carnegie Training Room.
on the privilege of Mr. Mayor,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I would like to have a moment of point of privilege.
Okay.
I think I've been here a long time, as long as you have, Andy. And I think that's the first time I ever seen a recommendation coming from yourself be overruled by a commissioner. I think your words were also in caucus was to, recommendation coming from you was to table that action. That didn't happen tonight. I think that you commissioners, we are running a little bit rogue here, in my opinion. And I'm just speaking from my opinion. How could it be that you sit there with subject to a meeting that has taken place, in my opinion and others' opinion, that was illegal? And not anything that you would want the other commissioners, probably not so knowledgeable of, that's not a part of this committee, to understand. I ask the question of you. How is it you are our advisor, and for a commissioner to lead other commissioners down something that's not really valid or legal, I'm trying to figure out how could you guys vote for that?
You got the motion passed.
I understand that, but I want to be helped out.
Can I help you out for 1 minute? Would you allow me to
I
respond?
think Wayne had the floor, and then you can.
Yes,
But
sir.
I first want to hear from the attorney. Is your position on it anything at all?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
I'm asking, did you have
And if you're asking me to render legal advice in an open meeting,
Please.
I advise you that I can't do that because it waives the attorney-client privilege. And that is a privilege not one commissioner has. That is a privilege that the city commission has as a whole.
Did you also advise us in caucus that your opinion was that we should table this.
You can't table it downstairs, it's gotta be tabled up here.
I made a recommendation, and I think you all have voted on what you decided to do, whether that was on my recommendation or not.
Commissioner Collins, back during the SPLOST year, you were on Committee on Committees with Jamie Doss and Randy Quick. They did not recommend Wendy Davis to be on SPLOST committee, and you came right up here and you self-appointed Wendy Davis to serve on the SPLOST committee. You didn't pay any attention to the Committee on Committees. You just put Wendy Davis on the SPLOST committee.
Sir?
When we had the investigation on the Ethics Committee, and we had the mayor of Adairsville up here having the Ethics Committee in this room, you circumvented the entire process and went directly to the mayor of Adairsville, who was one of the sitting judges. You don't care about protocol. You don't care about structure. If it's not Bill Collins' way, to heck with it, man.
Sir, if you're gonna tell it right. On that event, Wendy Davis, I did what the protocol should have been for tonight.
It would have
If
been,
it's something coming out of CC or coming out of any committee, you should have the right for every commissioner on this here board to have the
had to be
opportunity
the way
to
Bill Collins wanted it.
have an opportunity to bring it.
I got one question, if you don't mind me asking. How did you do it when you were mayor?
How did I do?
How did you select committee assignments when you were mayor?
The exact same way we've been doing illegal for all these years.
So, what's good for the goose, good for the gander.
If you wanna go down that there rabbit hole,
beat all I
absolutely.
ever seen, Bill Collins.
If you guys wanna go down that
Make it
rabbit
up
hole,
as you go
absolutely.
along.
May, could we follow through and table this?
It's already been done, sweetheart. Action already been
I
taken.
just want it to be followed through with.
Yes, we will.
All right. This, we had we had a motion and a second. It was voted to table. We will do that. And,
Remain on the table until you all bring it on. Take it
we'll, it'll be on the table for
I'd like to make one more comment.
just a minute. You can discuss this tomorrow, and hopefully we can come out with a consensus.
I don't get to
No.
make one more comment.
I'm sorry?
Not one more comment. It's about the process. I've been on this commission, I'm in my 11th year. We've had committee on committees ever since I've been here. We've used this process. And if now we've determined that it's an illegal process, and we've had the same attorney for the entire time that I'm here, then we have been operating illegally when it comes to putting people on committees. All of the work that we've done as a city commission, and this will require a legal opinion, all of the people that we have been putting on these committees, as my dear friend Bill Collins has pointed out, has been illegal. And Commissioner Cochran, with his legal background, has verified that. He's very well versed in legal affairs. Everything that we do is illegal.
It's ugly.
Yeah.
That's so ugly.
So I am very confused. Are we in danger of just having to dismantle everything that we do as a commission that comes out of a committee?
I don't.
I'm asking the attorney.
Again, I'm not going to give legal advice in a public forum. I'll give legal advice as appropriate because one commissioner can't waive it. But I know of nothing that the commission has done that's been illegal.
Now, we've got commissioners that are giving legal advice, and we just took action on it.
I got one more just comment. Mr. Cooper right here is chairman of the ACC. If the committee of ACC makes a decision about a liquor store without all of us voting on it at that time, is that illegal? I know they bring it to us, but once they make a decision, what good's a committee?
If I could make a comment, I know myself and Commissioner Fisher are new to the board, and we want to make sure that we get everything right. We do apologize, but the board, we have to be respectable for the citizens of Rome and realize that we are being watched. This item was tabled and still give us an opportunity to go back to the drawing board to get it corrected. And I think we should act like a family, you know, and if we're gonna have disagreements, we should have those behind closed doors and not act it out on a commission floor. And I just say that as being a new commissioner and want to set a standard of change. And don't speak for Ms. Fisher, but I'm sure she has the same sentiment. We hadn't been a part of what has been going on in the past, but going forward, you know, I would like to work with the mayor and each commissioner, the city manager, as well as the city attorney to make sure that we are applying the rules as they see fit.
Every commissioner has the right to speak what they want to speak, whether I agree with them or don't agree with them. I still give everybody the opportunity to speak. The final question is, and you don't have to answer this, but was precedent set for the last 30 years by the way this was done, and then now all of a sudden wants to be changed? That's my question. We can deal with it later. All right? All right.
Mr. Mayor,
No, we're done.
Mr. Mayor, let
We're
me just
done.
have one thing. You let him have a word. Let me have one word.
One word?
Because
That won't
I
never
do
happen.
not want the listening public to misconstrue what it is in which we've been doing, okay?
Would anyone like to make any comments about the committees that they served on over the last couple of weeks? What happened in your committee, what was done?
Are you gonna let me finish my conversation?
I thought you were finished.
Bet you did. But let me just say this here. What I did say was the meetings that we've been having behind closed doors has not been privileged to the citizens. So in fact, it does violate the Public Meeting Act. You cannot, Mr. Attorney, you correct me if I'm wrong. You cannot have a committee of any sort that's organized, part of this organization, and it be valid, put somebody on these committees chosen by whoever without a line for all of the commissioners to vet it. That's why your clerk sent out all of those those papers with people who had vied for those opportunities to serve on these committees. That's why he turned around and set the meeting up so the staff would be there. That's why he turned around and set the meeting up in CC so the not only staff would be there, the public could come in. He advertised it's going to be a meeting tomorrow. Not only did he do that, he made absolutely certain the press could be there. Tell me I'm wrong, Mr. Attorney.
You can comment.
Did you change it when you were mayor?
Absolutely not. I was just as dumb as a bag of rocks, being led down a.
So Bill, one more thing. Are you saying that we don't need committee on committee anymore? We just do it openly?
Committee on committees will not meet tomorrow, I promise you that. I will not chair that.
But it sounds like we need to do it openly, discuss.
I don't know, we can have general administration.
All right, one last thing that I want to say before we go out of here. Major Bailey, I was proud Thursday for the way not only the Rome City Police Department, but all police units in Floyd County work together. It includes the sheriff, the county, the city, and the state patrol. And I noticed there were some cars from outside the county that came in. I don't know if it ran as smoothly as it looked, but it did. And the Secret Service that Wayne and I saw up at the varsity, they were absolutely thrilled with the participation. And they said they go to a lot of places where the Secret Service is told, you can't do that here. And they just kind of said, you want to bet? But they said when they walked in with you guys, it was you guys telling them, tell us what you want to do, we'll get it done.
Yeah, we'd be amiss if I didn't add Public Works into that. I mean, they did a tremendous job. Their men were on scene, dozen of them, for 12 hours, putting out barricades, picking up barricades, making sure they were in the right spot, and also fire department played a huge part in that. So thank you to those. It went smooth just because of teamwork and the way the city's built on teamwork. Thank you.
You are all to be commended.
I can't, yes. And I can't believe you didn't have a picture up here of you shaking the president's hand.
He was embarrassed because it was me. Anything else before the commission?
Just to let you know that me and Craig, we are gonna meet tomorrow. We're gonna do the meeting.
We are adjourned.
We're not gonna miss that video. We're just gonna meet.
Craig, we're gonna meet.
Always interesting.